So yesterday I released a video with different questions in it, and it's, about sacrifice. But the last question was, do you think people talk in code? And I don't think so. I don't think so. I think what it boils down to is that everybody's got different motives, intentions, let's say. Intentions. Everybody loves the word intentions. So I don't think people talk in code. I think they say what they say, and the majority of the time, because of our motives and intentions, we're not actually listening. So have you ever heard of the ask 3 times rule? Now, I don't like the word rule, but it is what it is referred to, so I'll use what it's referred to. Whatever, for context purposes. So the ask 3 times rule is, here's an example. Let's say you're going out on a date and you really like this person. And so you pick them up and they get in the car and you ask, hey, where do you want to eat? Like, what do you want to eat? Do you want to eat, tacos? Do you want to eat Italian? Do you want to eat Thai food? Like, what do you want to eat? And the other person, right, your date, says, oh, I don't know, I don't care, just pick something. Well, oftentimes, doesn't this lead into some weird argument amongst each other? And this is just an example. Because again, then you might say, no, let me know, where do you want to eat? Because it doesn't matter to me, really. I want to treat you. I want to treat you to what you want. And the date says, I don't care. I'm just pick something. And usually by this time, okay, so a little bit of tension now. And it's like, who wants to start a date with a tension, right? So here's the thing. For you, I'm talking about the one that's picking up the date, whomever that may be, your intention and motive might be, yes, to give that person that you're enjoying what they want. Treat them to something special that they really are interested in, the food they want to eat, because they might actually want tacos and you're thinking, no, I should probably do Italian. Like, you really want to know that, to treat them, to make them feel special. But they're not giving you an answer. So frustrating, right? Well, then the person that you just picked up, your date, is saying that because their intentions are different than yours. Their intentions, they really haven't thought about where they want to eat. That's not what they're focused on. They are focused on maybe quality time. They are focused more on the discussions had at dinner opposed to what they're eating for dinner, right? So 2 very different intentions, 2 very different mindsets. Neither one is talking in code. Neither one. So the ask 3 times rule is ask the person 3 times. Hey, where do you want to eat? Oh, I don't care. Whatever. As you're driving. Okay. Oh, shit. A little bit of dialogue. Ask again. What would you like to eat? And the person again is like, what the hell? I don't care. Just pick a place. Ask the 3rd time. Because the ask 3 times rule is, it kind of induces that person to actually have to think about it. And then there's your answer. There's your answer, right? Because usually they do answer because they want to move on to their intention, their motive. And then the other can feel more satisfied because they're getting their motive and intention filled. Of like, oh, okay, they said Thai food. I was way off about Italian, right? So both end up somewhat getting satisfied, because then things can move on to one motive intention was solved and clarified and fulfilled, and the other can get what they want as far as communication and quality time, right? So that applies to pretty much all things. All things. If you are not receiving an answer, it's not because they're talking in code. It's not because they're lying to you. It's because they're not thinking about it. They have a completely different mindset. And in the world where opposites attract, duality, this happens so frequently. So do you apply this? Do you apply the ask 3 times to pretty much all things? It could be a coworker. It could literally be a coworker that you ask, hey, have you done X, Y, and Z yet? And that coworker is kind of gray with their answer, kind of circling around it, kind of, well, ask 3 times. You'll get the actual answer, the truth. Maybe they've only done the Z part of the project and not the X and the Y. Or, well, I don't even know if that would work out. Z's at the end. But you see what I mean? Do you apply this to your life, or do you allow yourself to be frustrated? And I guess here's another question. Do you acknowledge that you have intentions and motives that are maybe not aligned with the other person, and therefore frustration, therefore miscommunication? So I guess this is 2 questions through my observation of that I don't think people talk in code. I think people actually state in a lot of ways where they're at, what they're thinking about, what they want. And so when we say, oh, I don't know, I don't care, they actually mean that because they care about something else. So ask them what they care about. You could ask them 3 times that, right? Do you apply the 3 times ask? And do you acknowledge that you have your own intentions, motives in pretty much all of your interactions? I know I do. I know why I do these shorts. I know what my intentions and motives are. I know why I do my channel. I know what my intentions and motives are. May I share them? Not all the time. Because they're mine, right? Now, if I were to be asked 3 times, I'm sure I would share. See? What an interesting world we live in of communication socially all over the place. Cheers. Let me know what you think.